right, guys, we are back with another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. This is going to be episode 297. We are 3 away from that magic 300 episodes, guys. Getting ever so close. And I've been very secretive on what we're going to do to celebrate, and that's for good reason because I don't know yet. But I will come up with something. I know that our sponsors and friends of the show will not disappoint you, leadheads. So, and actually, no, I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to keep that part a secret. So, just know 300's coming up, and it may not be the actual 300th where we do it. We may extend it out to several episodes for the celebration. So, as you guys have been, if you've been following me on social media. You've been watching our live post. You know that I was in Utah here recently, and we were there for Charlie Melton's world record long shot. Or I don't even know how to say it. I mean, he was going for the world's longest rifle shot. There we go. I'll spit it out in a minute. So we want to, on this episode, we want to have a very special optics one-on-one class. And as you know, my partner in crime on that series is Jeremiah Alexander with Right On Optics, and he is joining us today.
Hello. Hey, everybody. Excited to get a little deeper. I think we were trying to do maybe even Optics 201. I think we're creeping off into some deeper territory here, so that's exciting. I
think this will be a good break-in for what's to come on our upcoming optics classes. And I think we'll just call them optics classes from this point forward because we're out of the realm of the beginner, but we will still, take those questions from you beginners. So don't be afraid if you've got a question on scopes, optics, mounts, ballistics, whatever it may be. We will definitely answer those for you somehow, some way, or we'll get somebody who knows ballistics and shooting and scopes, like our other guest that we've got on, all the way from Utah, also from Utah. We've got Brad Stair, and I've been saying it wrong for years.
It's okay.
I've been saying
Me too.
Brad Stair. It's Brad Stair with Performance Rifles, also Tejas Rifles. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in.
Hey, how you doing? Performance Guns and Tejas Rifles. We're all good. You'll get it.
Performance Guns and Tejas Rifles. There we go. What'd I call it? Performance Rifles?
Yep.
It's Performance Guns. They know. You've been on the show before. You're no stranger to the Talking Lead podcast.
Nope.
So we've got the big brains on Brad here.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
He's going to get into all our scientific stuff. And then, of course, the man himself, ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Melton.
Hello. How's it going?
Welcome in, Charlie. So you actually just got home from your trip from Utah. You made an extended stay of it.
Yep, I stayed there extra few days. Went and me and Brad helped Brad reload some ammo and firearms and stuff, and then had to stop in Bowie, Texas, and meet up with some guys for some future courses, hopefully.
Very cool. We want to break this down. We want to break this whole experience down because it was more than just another day at the range. This was this was historical. This was a historical attempt, and there was a lot of people that were there supporting you and helping out with the ballistics and the rifles and the scopes and everything. So this wasn't just a one-man show. This was a team effort.
Big time.
Oh yeah, definitely. We got a good team too. Got experts at everything.
So we're going to talk about that's going to be this episode's main topic. But before we do that, as always, J-Mack, what do we got to take care of?
Oh, there's a jackwagon to come, no doubt.
That's right. Gunny, bring that train in.
Hoorah, Semper Fi, do or die, hold 'em high at 8th and I. It is time for the Talking Lead Jackwagon of the Week, so brace yourself, baby.
All right, so we don't want to get real deep into our jackwagons this week because we want to spend as much time with Charlie and Brad and J-Mack, and Philip may be joining us too, so we may get another joiner on here. It's Charlie's partner, Philip, and he's a real smart guy too, so he can go into some deep stuff with us. But we're going to start off with E. Lindsay, 11, sent in another jackwagon. Says, thug stole car from home with young boy inside. Father was able to follow in another car and shot the thug. Okay, so he's got a link here.
Happy ending.
Well, we hope so. So here's the link, and it's a Facebook, local10.com, and it says, a man accused of stealing a car with a 6-year-old boy inside in West Palm Beach and crashing it in Lantana early Saturday was shot by the boy's father, deputy said. This is Palm Beach County Sheriff's said that this dude drove away in the car, which was parked in front of a home on Roberts Lane, while the engine was on and the boy was inside and his father was saying goodbye to friends. Oh, my God. So, this was at a residential house. I mean, dude was just getting ready to leave, and somebody jumped and stole his car.
Man.
So the boy's father and friends followed the stolen car while calling 911. Thurman soon crashed the car on another street. It says, as the boy's father and friends tried to rescue the child from the car, Thurman started to drive off again. That's when the boy's father, armed with a handgun, shot Thurman several times in an attempt to stop him from fleeing further with his child in the car. It says Thurman crashed the car again about 200 yards away and was taken to an area hospital in critical condition. The boy wasn't hurt.
Awesome.
They shot him several times. It's only in critical condition.
Right. He's a tough.
That's a good day.
Tough criminal. Well, which is all the more reason why these stupid limited magazine, like in California and other states, you only need so many bullets is bullcrap. You need as many as it takes.
You can never have enough bullets.
Absolutely.
You can never have too many bullets.
And it says the suspect has no association with the victim. So it was just some random thing. They got a picture of this dude on there, and he's rough looking. That's all.
He looks like a carjacker.
He looks like he might steal your car if it was parked in your driveway running, yeah.
With the kid in the back.
With your kid in the back, yeah, with no regard to your kid.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, if someone stole a car with my kids in it, they'd return that thing in a hurry.
They wouldn't want them.
There'd be no shootout. It would end peaceably. The guy would give me some gas money and be on his way. Teenage daughters, man.
Yeah.
Ain't no one got time for that.
Drop them off down the road.
They're like, get out. You're annoying.
Yeah.
Stop complaining. We're not there yet.
That's why I keep that remote start, remote run. As soon as they hit the brake, it turns off, and they're all mine.
You're like...
Dad probably has it where the doors lock, and they're like stuck in there until he gets there.
Yeah, we can do that.
Brad is like the Q of the gun industry. He makes all these cool gadgets and stuff.
He Tejas's everything.
I do.
Sounds like you're making something right now.
No, that's Charlie flipping something.
Is that Charlie?
That was me poking a knife in the desk, sir.
Poking the knife in the desk.
So here's one. This comes from Old Tennessean, and it says, what in the actual... And then he just provides a link here. So let me click on this link. I don't know what this is going to be. Holy crap.
Hey, Charlie, turn that down.
Are you duck hunting too, Charlie?
Hey, yeah, we got the ducks coming in. They're a little late this year.
He's playing
a little
duck.
late. Yeah. Duck hunt.
Yeah.
Only a portion of people will get that one.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Anybody has kids.
Anybody with kids.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so this is like a video, so this isn't going to translate well. I'm going to play the video here real quick.
Can you send me a link?
Yeah, I can send you. Let me send you guys a link. So I'm going to send you guys a link. I'll do it through the Skype here. It just says, if you live through training, you get a free pizza. So, I got a feeling this is going to be some crazy stuff here.
That's for Charlie.
All right, here's the link. You guys see it?
Yeah. I remember how to do it, but
there's a little bubble, like a little speech bubble. Click on that, and that'll open up the conversation.
Yeah. I made it disappear. I'll find it.
That's what she said.
There it is. Found it. It was cold. If it weren't for them 14 hours in the water, I heard Charlie would be in a different profession right now. That's an inside joke we might have to tell later.
Holy crap!
Oh my gosh! Look at this.
This is Cuban roulette.
This is... All right, who wants to describe what's happening right now to our listening audience? This is in a foreign country, too, because look at the
live fire, and the instructor is between the students and the targets and running back and forth.
The first guy shoots me wins.
Yeah, they can't seem to hit him.
Hey, you guys
Oh,
are
no.
horrible. Nobody hit
Oh
that
my
guy.
gosh, stop.
Someone shot themselves in the foot.
That is a nightmare. So this looks like it's over in Latin America or somewhere like that. I don't know, or maybe Italian.
He's like trying to talk him into shooting him. He's like cutting back and trying to fake him out. Oh, you got me.
This is Venezuelan training right here. That's what it was.
Venezuelan.
Tijuana.
Yeah.
Tijuana training, the old TT.
Oh, that is crazy.
Pretty much.
So he had his students, 4 students or 5 students lined up in front, aiming at their paper targets. He's over on the right-hand side. They start shooting. Then he starts running in front of them. And then he runs back and forth while they're shooting. Live fire. You guys got it. It's a Facebook link. I'll put this in the show notes because I want everybody to see this. So
It looked like at one point, one of the guys like didn't know how to do a mag change and was getting help from someone behind him. So that's the level shooter they're dealing with there.
I think they were all like, what the hell is he
way did
doing?
Which way does this point? Towards the front or the back?
I don't think they knew whether they were supposed to shoot him or not shoot him. They all looked confused.
He was trying to get
Like
shot. He was trying.
Are we
hard.
shooting? Well, if they were trying to shoot him, they all suck.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Wow. Okay, so that's a visual. You guys got to go check that out. But it's disturbing and hilarious at the same time.
It's a cringeworthy.
So one more, and this comes from Kenny Ortega. And Kenny is our man out in the California area that's organizing that class for you lead heads in Pala, California, coming up. So go to ICE Training's website, and you can get the dates and times and sign up for that lead head exclusive class there. And, oh, wow, he's got several links here. Let's just do the first one here. And J-Mack will relate to this one. I'll send you guys the link to this, too. It has to do with MMA. Charlie, you're taking some MMA stuff too, right? Or just jiu-jitsu?
What's that?
Said you're taking some MMA classes, jiu-jitsu classes from Hoist, right?
Oh, no, I meet up with him every now and then. But, yeah, I don't do anything steady with it.
So this
I went to do
is...
some training he had out with the law enforcement.
Oh, okay, I got you. So this is from, like I said, Kenny Ortega. Amateur MMA fighter beats up man jerking off in front of her during beach photo shoot.
It was a chick. A chick beat him up.
Yeah, a chick MMA.
Oh wow!
So it says Brazilian
Well,
mixed.
I mean,
Yeah, go
he
ahead.
wasn't actually harming her. I don't know. That might be assault.
Brazilian mixed martial artist Joyce Vieira was posing for a swimsuit photo shoot on Rio de Janeiro beach earlier this month when she noticed a nearby man staring at her with his penis out, masturbating. Vieira first tried using her words to get the creep to cut it out, but when diplomacy failed, she made use of her highly trained fist and feet.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a picture of her beating this dude up too. He's just a little short dude. She looks like she's pummeling his ass.
Yeah, where was he hiding at? Was he like hiding out in the grass field? Like dug down? There ain't shit
A
around there.
legitimate snake in the grass, boys. We found our snake in the grass.
Is there copperheads
hiding
out
out.
here? What's going on? It says when she first saw the man who was since been identified as a 27-year-old, Josini Fiera, she didn't register what he was doing because he's in the tall grass.
Yeah, the grass is tall.
Upon closer inspection, she noticed that his swim trunks were pulled down. When she approached, she asked him to stop. It was then that she noticed he was visibly erect, making noises and groaning.
Can't make that up.
She said he replied, "Why? You don't like it? Come here."
Oh wow!
That was
I'm
when,
going
Hey,
in.
that's a good pickup line.
right?
He's like, "I'll stop as soon as you start."
You don't like it? Come over here.
That's when she snapped. It was very surreal. Generally, people who are caught doing this always deny it. No. He didn't. He continued. She responded by kicking him, punching, and he tried punching her back.
Oh, Jesus.
It says, but the punch made me even angrier. I wanted to kill him.
Ow! Right in the kisser!
There's some photos of it on there too. So that's hilarious. Yeah, definitely Jackwagon. So you guys, you can go to Deadspin and look that up if you want to get that story. He's got a ton here. I mean, he's wanted to take over as master of arms of the Jackwagon Train, I think. FBI arrests leader of armed group stopping migrants in New Mexico. Tejas, New Mexico. The FBI on Saturday said it had arrested Larry Hopkins, the leader of an armed group that is stopping undocumented migrants after they crossed the U.S.-Mexico border in New Mexico. So this is one of those, I guess, self put together militia guys or something. The arrest came 2 days after the American Civil Liberties Union accused the group of illegally detaining migrants, and New Mexico's Democratic Governor Michelle Grisham ordered an investigation. Hopkins, 69, also known as Johnny Horton, was arrested on federal complaint charging him with being a felon in possession of firearms and ammunition. Well, yeah, that would be against the law. We're not worried about it. He's going to be cleared, said Jim, whatever his name is, a spokesman for the United Constitutional Patriots, the UCP, blaming his arrest on political pressure from Lawan Grisham. Hopkins is the national commander of the UCP, which has had around half a dozen members camped out on a rotating basis. I guess that's near the border, Sunland Park, since February.
No, Trump had a good idea. Charge them for their... give them their immigration thing, or charge a fee for them to get their asylum.
Yeah, make some money while they're at it.
Yeah, at least get some money out of it.
So it says, are these guys?
Australia won't let you move there unless you make a certain amount of money.
So it goes on and says, are these guys patriots or fascists? You guys can go and read that article. I'm not going to read any more of that. But I mean, that's been going on for a long time with these groups that take it upon themselves to patrol the borders.
Yeah, they got all kind of little gangs down there patrolling the border.
Yeah, that's been going on for a long time. So nothing new. I'm sure those guys get in trouble all the time for doing illegal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's going to do it for our Jackwagon Train. Now, we're going to be starting a new segment on the show, and we're getting suggestions from you lead heads, from our guest on the show. And we're doing something that's the opposite of the Jackwagon Train. So we're looking for, we're looking to recognize and talk about and honor people who are doing good things in our community, whether it's our firearms community or just whatever it may be. And we've asked you guys to send us in what we need to call it, these people, and what kind of vehicle. Like, we got the Jackwagon Train, it's a train that haul off the Jackwagons. What kind of vehicle are we going to use to parade around our heroes, our patriots, the people that are doing good things? So this one comes from Dave Held, and Dave says, Gunny's Bullet Train, Freedom Rounds. So I want to do something other than a train, because we've already got a train.
Short bus.
That's not a complimentary thing.
It can be.
I guess.
It just means that it's an elite group of people. They don't let anybody on the bus. Right. They only have special people on.
Exactly.
You define special. You define what special means.
Yeah. What special mean to you?
Yeah. Don't judge. Don't judge.
So let's see. Let's do it. Kurt Garber. He said, here's a couple of names for the vehicle and people for the new segment. Lead Force One.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Lead X Rocket, the SS Lefty, the SS Gadsden, the SS Threeper, the Freedom Caravan marching on the 2A highway. And then he said we should call these people Minutemen or women, Ermey's Army, Threeper Reapers. So those are some good suggestions there. Let's see. Opposite Jackwagon, Nathan Shepard. I was thinking first class flag wavers. I don't know, that kind of...
Too many.
You're tattling. Feels like you're tattling.
Yeah, first class flag.
Someone likes a tattler.
Not digging that one. I really like the plane jet idea, and was thinking the flyer is the too many F words. First class flag wavers on the flyer. No.
Yikes.
Yeah, way too many Fs. That's a tongue twister.
Yeah, that's a little confusing. Let's see. We got a couple more here. The Gunny's Mortar Team. the Gunnies Battalion, the Gunnies Howling Commandos. That's because he loves Captain America. The Gunnies Rifle Team, the Gunnies Patriot Platoon. Okay, those are all pretty decent ones. The USS R. Lee Ermey. Kind of like that.
Maybe just Patriot Platoon.
So one we've got a lot is the Freedom Fighter. So we've had several people submit Freedom Fighter. We had, what was the one Jeff Kirkham had? I can't remember what it was. It was on last episode, though. But we've got several good ideas. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to get all these together. We're going to get like the top 4 or 5, and I'm going to put it to a vote for you guys. We're not going to do it this episode, but it's coming up. So keep those coming in. Send them talkinglead@gmail.com, and just put opposite Jackwagon on there so I'll know what you're referring to. And we've had some really good ones, and I don't want to give them all out right now. I want to put them to that vote, and then you guys are going to vote on them, and then that's what it's going to be. And then we've got our first, actually it's our second nominee for this designation. Doug Cross sends in and says, I would like to submit Eli Smith. He is hiking around the nation to raise awareness for the military veteran suicide rate. 15,000 plus miles. You can find him on Facebook and Instagram under Four Corners Hike. Very cool. So
Cool.
You guys go check out Eli Smith on his Facebook page. Doug Cross says here, and I'll put a link to it in the show notes as well. And go let him know that the Leadhead Brigade's behind him. So very cool. All right, guys. So let's talk world record shooting out in Utah. You guys down with that?
Yeah.
All right, let's
do it.
Let's do that. So my first question is, and this is kind of kick everything off, is what made you want to break the existing record or even get involved with long range? Because, I mean, we know your background. You're no stranger to the show. But for our new listeners, just a quick background, Charlie, and then what made you want to really go out there and start breaking world records?
Well, I think the biggest thing was people doing stuff that people said can't be done. Like, people were like, oh, there's no way you can shoot out to 5,000 yards or whatever. So we met up with Brad a few years ago, and we thought we could change that. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just being able to accomplish the things that people say can't be done.
Yeah, and your background is you're a military sniper. You were in the Navy.
I was in the SEAL teams for 25 years. Obviously, I went through regular boot camp and A school, but then straight to SEAL training. So did that for 25 years. Got to see and do some cool things, and met a great bunch of guys that'll be brothers forever. And yeah, it's awesome.
And then you've since your retirement, you started your own company, Charlie Mike Precision, and you're doing some civilian training, law enforcement training. I guess, are you still doing some military training as well?
No, sir. I haven't trained any military since I've been out. But
okay. So law enforcement and civilians.
Yes, sir.
Very cool. So, I mean, we got a very seasoned, experienced sniper here, and then you team him up with Brad at Performance Guns. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Brad Stair.
Brad Stair, not Stair. Talk a little bit about your background, Brad, for our new listeners.
Oh, gosh. Let's see. Almost 39.
Make a show out of that.
Yeah, we could. We'll do it short. 39 years building custom rifles, designing cartridges, and I'm doing a lot of sniper rifle building. So the long range stuff was pretty straightforward. But I knew we just needed to beat the wind, so I just kept designing cartridges that can do that. And then got into making a few bullets as well. And
is that the biggest enemy for a long range shooter? Is the wind? Would you say?
It's not the biggest, but it's definitely one of them.
Yeah. What would you say their biggest enemy is?
Your spin drift is a bad one. That, and then the moving of the earth while the bullet's in the air. 4 hours.
Can't stop that, can you?
Nope. Well, if we do, we're in big trouble.
You can calculate it, but you can't stop it. Yeah, that's right. We're in some deep shit if that stops.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd have to put a governor on at least for a minute.
Right. Now, are you you have an engineer background?
Actually, I went to UT for engineering, but I got out before I got ranked. And when in doubt, double it. When liable, half it. I was good to go.
There you go. Very good. You're also a motorhead, too.
Oh, big time. I've got engines in 8 different countries that I've exported to, and they overlap. The guns and engines, it's amazing how much that overlaps.
Yeah. Now, another big personality in this team is Philip, and Philip's not joining us. He's not able to join us right now, so I'll let you guys kind of talk about Philip and give his background.
Yeah, Philip's an engineer by background. He actually works for a mining company, and then Dustin, my other partner, he's also an engineer working for the oil companies. But they both shot competition and growing up in high school, and Dustin's been kind of fiddling with building guns his whole life, and now Brad's helping train both those guys up how to build guns. So, and Brad's definitely probably in the top 3 best gun builders in the world, in my opinion, anyway.
I appreciate it. Philip was just out here, and he's doing really well. We had a couple of days of hands-on and got some CMP rifles ready to go.
Very cool.
Our first bolt guns.
Yeah.
So you got the first Charlie Mike precision bolt gun?
Yeah, we've got 3 of them on their action and a couple accuracy jobs, even another 50 BMG Tejas going their way.
Oh, nice. Very good.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, my partner in crime for the Optics 101 courses, we've got Jeremiah Alexander, also known as J-Mack, with Right On. Give a little bit of your background for our new listeners, J-Mack.
I was born and I like to shoot stuff, and now I get paid to do that. And I love my job and my life. That's it. That's all I got.
There you go. But you work with Right On. Of course, Right On is the official optics of Talking Lead. You make awesome scopes at Right On and red dots and some other things that are soon to come.
Yeah. We're always trying to innovate and do new things, and hanging out with guys like Charlie and Brad make that happen because of their expertise. I'm able to pull from what they do and done, and lucky enough to call both these guys friends, and I get to help Brad off and on, and I certified level 1 long range instructor under Charlie, so I'm kind of just get to reap the benefits of all the work these guys have put in over a lifetime, and I'm excited to be part of anything these guys put on.
Very cool. Now, somebody else wanting to join our show? I hear some people in the background there.
I'm actually at UT.
Some students running
in
around
Austin, and there's a convention going on, so sorry about that. I may actually have to drop out here in a minute and make a move. I pulled some chairs around and plugged my phone in the hallway, so if I drop off, I'll come back.
If you see any interesting people, pull them in. We'll interview them. But
everybody's interesting if you ask them the right question.
That's true.
Hey, have some UT people sign up for a shooting course.
There you go.
Don't dare me. I'll do it.
It's an opportunity. It's not a problem. It's an opportunity, right?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So let's kind of rewind a little bit. Was it about a year ago when you did your 5,000 25-yard shot?
Yeah, I think it's closer to 2 years ago, wasn't it, Brad?
Yeah, that's right at it.
Yeah, so
it's been almost 2 years ago.
So about 2 years ago, you set a record at the 5,000 25, 27, something like that yard mark, and that held up for how long?
Ooh, quite a while.
It was quite a while. I'd say close to a year.
Yeah, at least a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I think everybody's reaching out now.
It was just this last SHOT Show, I think, is when it got busted.
Was that when it was? Because I remember at SHOT Show we were talking about it. It's like, okay, I got to go out and I got to
61. Well, we had Bill Poor doing something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think Bill Poor shot one, and I think there was somebody else too. There's a couple different dudes. And
they got somewhere around 61. Is that what it was? 6,100?
Yeah, the shot I think he got 6,075 or something like that, wasn't it, Brad?
Right. And then
it's just under 6,100.
Casey Noor and Steve Ames, they did 5,100. They just, they didn't have a official there, but I believe them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
definitely possible.
And a lot of this is kind of, you got to take people's word for it. Fortunately, on this shoot, I mean, we had all kinds of documentation, like 15,000 cameras running, and I was doing a live broadcast. So, I mean, we were doing it live, and it was really cool. But there wasn't an actual world record person out there to.
No, I don't even know if with social media today, I don't know if anybody even uses that stuff anymore.
Yeah, I don't.
If it happens on Facebook, it happens for real, right?
Yeah, right. Exactly. So on a couple
Who needs Guinness?
Yeah, on a couple of my posts, there has been. Let me look it up here real quick. on Instagram, official world record. It says register international official world record info here. So I don't know if these guys are legit or not. They're saying, hey, if you've got a world record, you can go here and register it. But that's on
well,
Instagram.
If we have this thing documented, it should be okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I was just saying, as far as that goes in this community, people's words are good. So,
Yeah.
but it was
Especially that many people.
right. But at SHOT Show, that's when we heard that it had been broken, and that's when you're like, okay, I'm ready to go out and do my next one. And you guys got together. How did you come up with the plan for this next shoot? What was the order of operation?
Just Charlie said he's going to do it.
That's all it took.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was left going, okay.
He said, "Hey, Brad."
And then there's a shit ton of pay that goes into that. Definitely a lot of work. A lot of work to do.
So on the first one, you used the 408 Tejas.
Correct.
And was there talk of doing a different round on this one, or was it always you were always going to go with the 408 Tejas?
No, we knew it would do it. Just we got to build Charlie's actual rifle. And so his new pristine bore, and mine's about 18 years old. So that helped. And we do have another one that we will shoot and finish with. 338 version. Looks like it's going to be real promising as well.
Cool. So
I can't wait to shoot that.
Yeah.
What did you do different on this 408 rifle than the 5,000 25-yard one that he was using?
Well, I gave an inch longer barrel. Get a little closer to target.
That helps.
That's it.
Hey, extra inch always helps.
Yeah, it does.
That's what they tell me. So
That's what I hear from other people.
now, go ahead.
No, that gun Brad built is awesome. It's the same action and barrel. Mine's an inch longer. And then we went with a Mirage ULR stock on that, and a Huber trigger, and then a Huber brake too. Those Huber brakes work pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And talk about your barreling that you did on that.
That's one of Pat Nor's best barrels. They're just awesome. They're faster. They're smooth. I love them. It's hard to beat them.
Talk about the twist rate and all that.
Into the secret stuff.
Is that secret?
No.
Okay.
No,
if it's secret, don't talk about it.
No, it's 1 in 13 twist, and we actually were running some Lehigh 400 grain bullets, which were doing phenomenal. They're coming in at 800 feet, out there at 6,000. But the 420s that I custom built actually hit out there at 6,500. So we're gonna try them both and get this finished.
Yeah.
So
and let's talk about what we used on this shoot. So day one, actually there was setup. So it took it like a day to go out, get target set up, get all the equipment set up and everything like that. Thanks to X Steel Targets, Bud over at X Steel Targets for providing the, was it 5 targets? He did 600, 1,000, 4,000, and
he had 3.
Yeah, it was 3 targets. But yeah, those targets were awesome. I mean, 4,000, they were stopping all the bullets, and it's pretty thin AR too. But yeah, they did an awesome job. We really appreciate their support.
Yeah, and the 6,000 yard target for a 1 MOA target at that is 60 inches, right?
Yeah, and see that's something else to talk about. So when we're making adjustments, Philip's actually going to run the program. So when you're moving your turret at 1 MOA, that's horizontal to the ground. The thing is, the barrel, we're leaving it around 13 degrees. Okay, so we're starting at an angle against that parallel to the ground known number. But we're coming in at 30 degrees. So we're actually shooting a 1/4 MOA plate. And that's some of the problem. A fine adjustment, and you shoot right over it or right in front of it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to work that math out. It needs to be a little bit taller to have a true 1 MOA. We need that.
Yeah.
So we'll have the math figured to get that done. That's Philip.
So let's.
If he's that, you got to angle the target.
You could, and then you're only looking at a 1/4 MOA.
Yeah, then you can only see a 1/4 MOA.
So to warm up, there was a 600 yard target. Then it went to 1,000. I mean, you were hitting those no problem, bing, 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 and then you just jumped to 4,000 right after that, right?
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong on anything.
Yeah.
And get me some ice too while you're at it.
I was wondering if you're going to hear that.
Yeah, I hear
No, they
everything.
Good to hear. Yeah, microphone's better.
You hear a mouse fart on this thing. So, and you moved it out to 4,000, and then that's where, let's talk about at that range what was going on, what was happening.
Everything, that was not a problem. That
Yeah, I
was,
think we only shot I think we shot like 2 or 3 rounds at it, and the
all we needed.
second one went.
Yeah, because you
the
guys
second one,
you didn't spend much time on that one at all. You're just like, okay, we got it dialed in. We're hitting, where we need to hit.
Our elevation was perfect, so we just moved on.
And then we jumped it out to, was it 6,000?
6170.
6170.
6170, and that's where we spent the next 2 days.
Well, the first day was all about data, all day long, different data during the day to see what we could do. We actually wanted to make the shot.
So that's what I want you to talk about, is talk about what you were doing those 2 days to compile your data.
Just put the rounds in the air. We were chronographing, figuring out what we needed, what was happening during the day at different times of the day. And that's basically it for the first day. The second day we were ready, but when we put the Charlie unit on and the Delta unit on, that's when we both forgot.
Now that's what I want you to talk about there too, because
right.
I'm a kindergartner when it comes to this stuff. So you got to explain all this to me. So you guys were throwing these additional. Well, first off, your riser, your scope mount in itself.
Yes, sir. That's built by Stephen Ivey, good friend of mine. And he's got 0 to 200 MOA just in that alone.
Yeah.
Plus, Charlie's using that IOR Baldata, and we do have a ride-on set up to do the same thing.
So the mount, first off, the scope mount that you have is not your normal scope mount for his scope, and we're going to talk about his scope that he used too. But that mount looked like it was, on a stacked up, on a riser.
It is. It's actually sitting on a 30 MOA base. That's normal. Everybody has one base. It's rock solid. Well, Stephen Ivey came up with a way to make adjustable ring set. And so this can go from a 0, which leaves you at 30, all the way to 200 MOA. That's huge. A normal scope only has 40 or 50 in it. Mm-hmm. So this ring set can get you an extra 200.
Wow. So it more than quadruples.
Well, yeah, it can usually.
Hey guys, this is Jeremiah to help explain that a little bit better. So at 100 yards, that's 200 extra inches of adjustment. To put it into perspective.
Perfect. Now, for visually, when we're looking at this, when it's mounted, the scope's actually pointed down to the rail of the rifle, it looks like. So it looks like you're
toward the tip of the barrel.
Right. It looks like you're looking at the gun barrel.
You are.
But you have there again for this shot for that distance, you have to get so much rise that you're saying the normal scope doesn't have that built in. So this scope mount adjusts for that.
It would get us to 4,000.
So it gives you that extra 250. Is that where it's putting you at with the 50 in the scope and then that one?
Yes, sir. Pretty much there.
That's a lot.
Yes, it is.
Because if you watch him shoot, it's like he's shooting at airplanes.
It looks like a 105 artillery gun.
Exactly.
Kind of is.
And now then you also put on these other attachments. You're talking about the Delta and the Charlie, the Delta and talk about what those are and what they're for.
Yeah, that is from Tactical Command Headquarters. So it's TACOMHQ.com. And what they've come up with is a mirror system, like a periscope. The original that Charlie and I have would go 0 to 400 MOA. The one we had there that they sponsored for us, 0 to 800 MOA. Okay? So with that, yeah, we can go, we could go to 7,500 if we can pull that off, but that allows it to happen. The Delta unit goes in front of it, and it's another mirror system, but sideways. So what it does when you're looking through it, it offsets it to look to the side of the barrel so you don't have that distortion from looking through the barrel. So it doesn't have any multiply to it other than just looking off and parallaxing the barrel.
Basically, it's a periscope for your scope.
But sideways.
Yes.
Just following it.
It's exactly like a periscope. It just redirects your vision, your sight picture.
Gotcha.
So the Charlie goes the up and down, and the delta just moves you offset one time, dead in line with your barrel. So with those two, we had the delta unit on a rail. The Charlie unit was on the scope, and we didn't pay any attention because we're cruising. So in the heavy recoiling guns, you're supposed to put 2 screws in the adapter on the scope. Well, we forgot that part. And about 30 rounds later, we're going, what the heck's going on with our windage? Well, the Charlie unit was bumping the Delta unit, and we figured out right today, it's like, where are those screws?
Well, we noticed some loose glue on the barrel. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. And that was day 3. I think that's
you actually found it. When you shot is when we found that Delta unit loose.
Right. When I did that Fowler shot, I was
first shot.
I was like, something moved, guys. And you're like, no, it didn't move. I was like,
those bolts.
I was like, I swear something moved. I said, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to break it.
No, we did that the day before.
So, yeah, I got the opportunity, day 3, got to fire the Fowler shot there and thought I broke it, but turns out it just didn't have the right amount of screws in there. And that was kind of the root of the all evil, right?
That was it. After that, we had so many bullets left, so much time left, and Charlie got within 8 inches of that target.
Oh, I didn't know how close he had got, but it was that close, huh?
Yes, it was.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, the last round was super close.
And I remember you were throwing stuff around looking for another round. You're like, I gotta have one more bullet in here somewhere.
I had them, but there was
one more.
Yeah, that's why we call him Mr. Beltfed. Just one more.
Keep them coming.
But that's just when you're shooting that distance, just this much, just a fraction of a fraction. If something's off that much, then it's gonna keep you from hitting the target, and that was the delta.
Oh, yeah. When you think about it, 1 minute of angle. So 1 minute of angle is 60 inches. So you go from 1 inch to 100 yards to 60 inches for 1 minute. Yeah,
your little 1,000th is multiplied 6,100 times.
Yeah, so even just a slight jerk on the trigger, you're talking like feet. You're moving that bullet in feet.
And you know what the trigger does, don't you?
Exactly.
So I wasn't ashamed to post that video. I even posted it on there just to let people know. I mean, that trigger, I was taking my breath in and it went off, and I was like, "Oh shit!" That's
what it's supposed to do. You're not ready. It's perfect.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't come anywhere close, but but yeah. I mean, I just wanted to show people what it was like, the recoil on it. I mean, it was very controllable, especially for the size of that rifle and the round. There really wasn't that much recoil.
No.
No, it's more percussion than recoil. But yeah, I think if we get a suppressor on there, it'd be super smooth.
Oh, no doubt, that would be awesome. Yeah.
We got those coming.
Those are on the way. They're in the mail.
Yeah, they're a little behind.
Okay. So. Talk about anything else that maybe I might be overlooking or forgetting to ask or not knowing to ask about going in, what goes into making this shot. I mean, obviously, we talked about the wind. You talked about the Coriolis effect.
Yeah. Well, obviously, Brad didn't go into it, but like Brad's his special design he has for the projectiles is pretty huge. I mean, it's pretty rare you see a round that stays stable after it goes subsonic. And those rounds are flying perfectly stable, way beyond subsonic. So it's pretty amazing design on that bullet. So that's a huge part of it right there. And just figuring out that environmentals and all the wind and all the different other things too.
Temperature.
Being able to,
we're on top of a hill shooting down.
Well, that's another thing that we should probably talk about.
You go from the barometric pressure.
So we're actually shooting. We're elevated above the targets, and you were shooting down at the targets.
Well,
talk about why you do that.
Well, to help with that.
Actually, go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, it's just to help with that elevation, and it keeps us out of those atmospheric conditions that we can't see.
Right.
It helps a ton.
Is that a reason why you chose Utah?
Well, it's my backyard, and everything's here.
and there's no trees. And there's no trees to block your view.
Right, you got that. I'd have to get on a plane.
Good high elevation too.
It makes.
And thinner air.
J-Mack, did you want to say something?
The whole thing was going.
Oh, I was just saying that we have good elevation here in too, and that helps out. The bullet flies a little better up high.
Yeah.
So.
Probably get a little more distance out of it. But yeah, I think it's better shooting like uphill, kind of like about a 1% grade. I think that helps with the angle too, with the target.
Right.
All right, let's go to
That's the way it works.
Let's go to some of our listener questions here. I made a post on Instagram, made a post on Facebook. Let's go to Instagram first. And I did a video of you shooting prone. You started off shooting prone and then you switched to the table. Talk about that while I'm looking at these questions.
Yeah, well, like you were talking about earlier, where the scope is actually pointed at the end of the barrel. So what that translates into at the stock is your stock's got to be super low. And in the prone position, it was just, I didn't have enough elevation on the land to get my front up high enough. So I was kind of like straining my neck, trying to get down low enough on the stock on the back.
Yeah.
And that's when I ended up switching to the bench.
Yeah, I could see you rubbing your neck a couple of times after you get up.
Yeah, and plus it's not a good shooting position either when you're straining your neck muscles to hold down.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to be you're on the gun. So
right.
That's when I end up into the bench to get that elevation.
So Tandem Dooley asked, is there any truth to a left-handed twist negating the Coriolis effect?
Actually,
world you're in, but there is truth. Oh, sorry, very good.
No, go.
Yeah, it depends on what part of the world you're in, but it does have an effect.
So I actually built one for a West Coast shooter because of the wind, and it does help the spin drift, but not the Coriolis. You're not going to stop it. But just FYI, the Encores and Contenders are left-hand twist because they're one-piece barrels. So when you thread stuff together, we want to use right-hand twist so it stays together. Because I went ahead and pinned it just to make sure because it's going to try and unscrew itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll help the spin drift. But like I said, the Coriolis is still going to be right, whether you're north or south. It's just a little less going south.
Yeah. Now, if you're on the other side of the world, would you change your barreling, your rifling?
No, like I want to keep the gun together.
That's why they have dials on those scopes, so you can dial it in.
So Giddy Up asked, how much of precision shooting is dialing it in, and how much is Kentucky windage?
Yeah, extreme long range, I'd say it's definitely dialing in.
Yeah, you got to dial it in because, like you were saying, if you're off just a fraction of a fraction at that distance, if you're off a centimeter or less, then by the time it gets to the target, you're going to be off yards or even further.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not saying we don't mess around with Kentucky windage. Brad likes to shoot offhand, so we'll throw some long offhand shots out there and every now and then.
I have.
There might be a little Kentucky windage and breathing on that one.
A little bit belly work. The thing is, we did at 4,000 and 5,000 on the last one. We actually dialed the reticle so it was bracketing the target, and that helped a lot. So you had a hash mark on the top and the bottom of the target, and almost left and right. That really does help. Yeah.
And the flight time of that. Yeah, go ahead.
I know. I said bracketing is a shooting tactic.
The flight time of that bullet was like 20 seconds. Is that right?
19 and change. Yeah, right at it.
Yeah, because I was doing the timing, and I was hitting it like right at 19 and a half, 20 seconds, somewhere around there.
Right.
The ones that he flew it was going 20 seconds.
That's 3 bull rides.
That's right. You could win a PBR World Series quicker than that. Huh? That's what somebody was saying. A guy was saying that, wasn't it? I think it was
right.
That was hilarious. All right, this says Facebook is jacking me up.
They wouldn't do that.
They would never think that, would they? It says, I want to hear. It says Ashley and Alex Kellum. I want to hear a little bit more about the round he is sending downrange, machine projectiles, material, cost to build per round, etc.
Well, that's the secret stuff.
That's all the secret sauce.
Well, it's up. I mean, it is. Yeah, it took me 2 years to design the one that I do shoot. But the Lehigh bullets were phenomenal. They're right there with it. It's nice to be able to buy one. That being said, I haven't even stopped to pay attention to true cost. The machining of the bullets around $1.47 each. That's pretty normal. It's a 360 half hard brass. Then you have the brass, which was sponsored by Peterson. Thank you very much. That was awesome brass. And of course, right on the side of the boxes that do not fire for them. Well, that worked perfect. But their consistency in brass is what we found with the last shot, because it was the 7th round out of 10 of the Peterson I had that hit.
Yeah.
So this whole shoot is all Peterson brass, and that makes a big difference. So you're probably looking the first round, $5-6. Second time, it's just bullet and powder primer. Not quite as bad.
Let's see. Let's go to this one. It says, to Charlie, how did you prepare for this attempt? Was there any preparations on your part that you did prior to going out?
Yeah, kind of anytime I'm shooting. I mean, obviously, I always go back to the principles of shooting. And again, the way we train too is we teach how to build muscle memory, which is through perfect practice and repetition with the principles of shooting. So yeah, just going through those principles and doing a lot of dry firing, making sure body position, everything feels good, getting all the equipment set up. A lot of dry firing and going through the basic principles of shooting. Because without that, the bullet ain't going to go where you want it to.
Very good. Now, did you I had a question I was going to ask you.
I always add this in about Brad, because Brad says all you need is, some bullets, some powder, primer, and brass, but he neglects to mention 40 years of experience in there. So it is as simple as that, but also there's a lot of experience with both these guys and what they do. So
yeah,
they seem really lucky. They're lucky really often, it seems like.
40 years of experience brought about that luck, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, maybe by default, doing it this long.
By default. So
that ain't experience. That's just muscle memory.
Well, I just don't want people to be disappointed when they go out and they're like, I did everything they said to do on the podcast, but nothing works right. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of practice that goes into all parts of that. And you just, you just got to do it.
And if you want to learn how to shoot like Charlie, he does classes, and you can go to Charlie Mike Precision and find out how to take one of his courses. Soon.
I think we're going to do one in May, aren't we?
Yeah, we'll do one in May back out in Utah. Too.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, guys interested
I've
in
got
that? Got one where?
We got one coming up. Got one coming up in Kansas in June, I think 12th to the 14th, 15th.
Very cool. And they can go to your website, sign up for those?
Yes, go to the website or call.
Okay.
Call is the best way to do it. That way you can pick what date you want to do it. My number's on the website. It's 858-204-0239. So you can call and pick a date and then leave a deposit and we'll lock those dates in.
There you go. And we're talking about maybe getting Charlie up here in Nashville and doing some courses too. So if you guys are interested in doing that, you lead heads, shoot me an email, talkinglead@gmail.com. The more interest we get, the more likely we are to get him to the Nashville area.
I would definitely love a trip to Tennessee. It's been a while.
Yeah. Got a place to stay.
Oh, yeah. Awesome.
So we didn't talk about the actual scope that you were using. We've got a couple of questions about that on here from several different people.
Yeah, so for the scope, we're using the Valdata. It goes up as a 52 power scope. They make great glass. I think they're out of Romania originally.
Yes.
They make good scopes. I'm a huge fan of Valdata, and obviously I'm a Night Force fan too. But yeah, if it works good, I like it.
Very cool. And what was special about this Valdata?
Well, the fact that it had a 52 power zoom, and then it's a 40 millimeter tube, so it lets a lot of light in, a lot more light than the smaller tubes. But yeah, it's just good glass, and the dials are nice and crisp. But I haven't had any issues with them before, and I've been shooting for a couple of years now.
And it's got 100 MOA of adjustment in that tube.
Oh gosh.
Yep.
Okay, that helps.
Yeah.
So we had two others rigged up we didn't get to play with. So we do have one set up with that right on his new scope that Jeremiah needs to tell you about. So we'll bring that to next time.
The 4-32 by 56, which is on the gun that you see right behind me. If you guys can see that, it's on my 308. I've got it.
Yeah.
Got it set up. Jeremiah,
you got the new reticle in that one, Mark?
Yeah, it's got the Christmas tree reticle. Is that the new one, or is there another one? Is there another one?
Well, there's a lot more new ones, but that's the newer one. Yeah, it's better than the mill dollar. And that's a good reticle.
It's not the one you were
Neither
talking about.
confirm nor deny that there's new reticles coming, but that one in particular is a new reticle. We were set up to try to use it for some of our record shots too, but the Ivy base that we had, I think, was like a 35 millimeter base, and we had a 34 millimeter scope. I tried to plug it out to 4,000 yards, and I think we decided that the 300 Win Mag doesn't want to go.
It just didn't have the legs, did it?
I did. We did have a cool shot at 1,000. Charlie was spotting for me, and I hit 2 rounds at 1,000 with that scope.
Yeah.
And that Ritter and Stark was like the exact same spot. I hit twice. So
yeah, it's a
there's probably some luck involved there, but I'm taking it.
You might as well. I mean, claim it, man. You did it.
But
after no, go ahead.
I said luck's a little part of every equation.
Yeah, it comes in a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But after the shoot, we were able to break out some of the other toys like Jeremiah was talking about there. There's a 50 BMG that Brad had done for, what was the organization? They're going to auction that off at next SHOT Show?
America's Mighty Warriors for Debbie Lee, for her son Mark Lee. And it's a cool rifle.
Yeah, it was very cool. I got to shoot that, and I think we were trying to reach that out to 4,000, and it was, I guess the rounds that we had just weren't. You didn't have the Tejas rounds, did you?
Correct. No, we didn't. We had to make the brass so we can do that. We got to about 3,600, same as the 22 Tejas did.
Yeah, 22. It was.
It sounds unbelievable.
Yeah, I was really surprised at that 50 cal ball ammo was falling out at 36, 38. I thought they went a little further than that.
They were just dropping.
Apparently not.
Dropping like dead ducks, man.
Yeah, because that one time I dialed like 40 minutes into the scope and it still fell in the same spot. I was like, all right, that must be the end of the gas line.
But it was like 800 MOA of holds and still falling short.
It was a good time. I think everybody enjoyed it. All the other people that were there, the film crew, what is it, Hunter? What are they called?
The Ultimate Hunt Show film crew guys and Intimidator side by sides and lowers.
Yeah.
And then O-Think.
Yeah, and O-Think.
O-Think, Red Shutter.
Great guys.
And they're putting together, I guess they're going to put together like is it a documentary that they're putting together? Is it going to be a TV show?
Yeah, that's going to be a TV show on the Ultimate Hunt Show. So yeah, film that once we finish that up at the end of the month. And then second, we're going to do a couple hunts. I'm going to shoot an animal or two at 1,000 yards. And then we'll probably do like a little tour of our shop and ranges out here.
Very cool. Now you're gonna go out again this year, right? This isn't done. It's not over just because we didn't make it this trip.
Few weeks.
Yeah, we'll be out in a couple weeks. Toward the end of May, I'm gonna fly back up, and then we'll get it all set up.
Are you gonna go the same place?
Yeah, we'll finish up.
Yep. Just because of all the videos stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say for that documentary, they're gonna want you hitting that money shot for the record. And I mean, now that you've got it figured out, we figured out what the problem was. It was that Delta ring.
No, there's 2 loose nuts.
There's two damn nuts.
What'd you say earlier, Brad, about the loose nut on the end of the?
It's a loose nut behind the wheel.
Yeah,
loose nut behind the wheel.
It goes back to that. I don't know why.
I have no doubt that you'll nail that target. Probably hit it dead center, and then you're going to move it on out and go longer. So,
yeah, we might as well do 65 because we're doing it anyway.
So you might as well do 7 because you can do 7 with that too.
Yeah. Need some room to grow.
Yeah, I think 7 is going to be about the limit with the bullets, maybe.
Well, the max range at 44.5 degrees is 8,100 yards. If you just want to hit dirt, just have it fall. But yeah, we need to hit something.
Yeah, I wonder when it goes. It'd be interesting to figure out when it starts getting unstable.
Yeah.
Well, it's still stable.
It's flying stable at like 65. Stable.
Find out, I guess.
So you're going back in May. So a couple of weeks, you guys will have this record knocked out. Something for people to try for a while. We'll keep all the lead heads posted. I don't know if we'll make it out there for that one or not. We'll try our best, but we'll definitely get you guys back on to talk about that. Now, is there anything additionally that you're doing to prepare for this next shot, or you feel like you're confident that you've got everything dialed in? And
yeah, well, we'll stay with what we got. We've got the data. We've got everything known there. We do have a couple more calibers that'll come out that will be pushing some limits. And we have some smaller calibers that should do exactly this.
Okay. That'd be interesting to see as well.
Yeah.
I want to see that 22 go 2 miles.
It will. I got bullets coming.
Coming.
That is going to be amazing. I wonder what the flight time on that would be.
I can tell you. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, probably a lot faster than the 408.
Pretty hot.
Yeah, it's 500-600 feet faster than 308.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. All right. So I think that does it for all the questions. I was seeing if there's any last-minute questions here. I think we got everybody. Likes and dislikes of the SR25/AR10 platform.
I think they're great.
Yeah.
They're awesome. The only negativity to them is the weight.
Yeah.
That comes from Greg Novak. I don't know what he's looking for there, but they like it, Greg.
well, yeah. They're built good. They're awesome guns. We make our 6.5 Creedmoor AR. It's amazing how great ARs are shooting nowadays. I mean, that gun will shoot it. So I've shot a 3-inch group at 1,000 with it.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you, Greg, if you like that platform, go check out Charlie's line of rifles. Talk about those real quick, Charlie.
Yeah, so we obviously build custom rifles, so we obviously recommend 5 or 6 different components that we like and have used and are proven. But we can build a rifle out of any components you pick. It's kind of like Build-A-Bear, but build a gun, so you can pick all your components and we'll put it together and accurize it, blueprint it, and shoot it in and get it out to you. And that goes for scopes and everything. Right now we make 3 of our own production rifles. We have the Point Man, which is a AR-15 platform, and you can get that in 223, 224 Wild, or 6.5 Grendel. And then from there that's the Point Man, and we have the Recce, which is the AR-10 frame, and that comes in the 6.5 Creedmoor. And then we just finished up our first bolt guns, which is called the Overwatch. So one of our first, we can do them in multiple calibers, but the one we just did is a 6.5 Creedmoor with a 16-inch barrel. You can fold up, put in a Camelback, and it'll shoot a sub-half-minute group at 1,000 yards.
That's sweet. And those are going to be out any day now?
Oh, yeah, they're out now. You can call and order them now.
Okay.
We just finished building our first ones. Took a while to get some actions in.
And they go to Charlie Mike Precision?
Go to charliemikeprecision.com or give me a call at 858-204-0239.
Very good. And Brad, talk about what you've got going on, new and exciting.
New shop coming. Actually, a couple of them. Of course, Charlie's selling a bunch of Tejas stuff down there coming up. We're doing the Tejas Rifle Company, going to be out of Tyler, Texas. Seth Capps will be running that. We'll be sending barreled actions for him to finish up. And like I said, a big shop coming here. We'll be able to really mass produce this stuff, plus an ammunition company. All of that's coming. Mass production and custom. They still are. There's a way to do it.
Yeah.
So right now it's still just perfguns@gmail.com and then 801-731-8152. And then Tejas_rifles at Instagram.
And it's Brad Stair, not
Yeah,
Stair. Even though it's spelled Stair.
It's Star with an I.
It is. It's an English thing, but I don't argue with a grandmother. Everyone else
Silent
I
I. Silent I.
It's a little town in Texas. They'll explain it to you. Side Luling and Fentress.
Texas explain it to me.
Yeah, they will. We also Seth is up and running on the Instagram right now too. That's Tejas Rifle Company.
Okay,
Tejas
I've seen that one. I assume that was you
it.
also.
It is.
Okay,
it's gonna be a good deal.
Very good. J-Mack, you got anything else?
I think he lost service again.
Oh, he did. We lost J-Mack.
Yep.
Hey, keep Austin weird.
Lost my wingman. So, big thanks to X Steel Targets.
X Steel Targets.
Bud, he's a sponsor of Talking Lead. He sponsored Charlie on this shoot with the targets. Could be. I'm not going to say. I was going to say, I'm not going to say it could be maybe some collaborations in the future coming from X Steel and maybe Charlie.
Yeah.
Some great ideas got flowing. If we could make those happen, I think that'd definitely be something the Leadheads to get excited about as well. Modern Spartan Systems was also out there helping keeping your guns clean and accurate.
Oh, definitely. And the chamber chillers right there out of Austin, Texas, that helped a lot too.
Oh, yeah.
So big thanks to Modern Spartan Systems, another sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast. Make sure you can check them out, modernspartansystems.com. And, of course, Right On Optics, the official optics of Talking Lead. J-Mack was out there, big presence. Like you said, we had the 4-32, had a couple other the scopes that we were trying out. Some other things we can't talk about yet, but really excited about. So I wish J-Mack was on here to let me know how much we could talk about those, but I'll shut up because he's not on here. I'll shut my pie hole. And another sponsor of the Talking Lead podcast, Kel-Tec. Make sure you guys go check out Kel-Tec Weapons. I haven't talked to Chad yet to get an update on how the show went at NRA, but I know that their new 22 long pistol was a hit with its 33 round mags that they have. Pretty cool gun. Make sure you guys check them out, keltecweapons.com. And I'd like to thank Palmetto State Armory. They sent me the AK we're going to talk about, the AK pistol. I think there may be a couple other ones that they're going to send me as well. We're going to have them on the AK corner coming up. And Kalashnikov USA, we're definitely going to have those guys on. We're going to talk about that new Comrade, the 12-gauge firearm. It's not a rifle. It's not a pistol. It falls in that in-between area where it's just a firearm, not an NFA item at all. Completely legal to own, use, operate, semi-auto 12-gauge. Pretty sweet gun. We're going to have them on, talk about that, upcoming AK Corner. You guys go back, check out our episode that we had with Jeff Kirkham, Ready Man, Black Rifle Coffee. He's the inventor of the Rats Tourniquet. He's a big AK guy too. We're going to have him on talking about. We're also going to get Vince, our good buddy Vince Buckles. He's got a new line of AKs out. We're going to have him on, talk about those. So lots of great things coming in the future for our AK Corner segment presented by Pioneer Arms Corps. And they've even got some new stuff out too that we're going to be talking about. So lots and lots of good stuff coming up with the Talking Lead podcast. Make sure you go and support all those that make this show possible for you guys. X-Steel Targets, Modern Spartan Systems, Right On Optics, Kel-Tec, Pioneer Arms, Palmetto State Armory, all those guys. Show them the love. And, of course, Performance Guns, Charlie Mike Precision, and any parting words for the lead heads, guys?
Put some lead in the air.
Appreciate all you guys' support. And, yeah, definitely, if you guys are interested in doing a course in Tennessee, get in touch with Marty or us. And, yeah, I'd love to come out to Tennessee and do a course.
We're going to make it happen no matter what. So that course is going to happen. You lead heads, just make sure you're part of it. That's all I can say. And then also, I want to thank you guys for allowing me to be a part of history. It was great hanging out with you guys. Enjoyed every minute of it. Would love to be able to come out on the next attempt. If I can make it happen, I will definitely be there. So until the next episode, lead heads, as always, keep your loved ones close.
And your firearms close.
Good enough.